I'm using both red and green cabbage in the Southwest cabbage salad. Now, there are a lot of similarities between them. They're both crunchy, the texture is very similar. They're both a little sweet. Maybe the red is a little sweeter than the green, depending on your taste. But the primary difference is the color, really. This one's ruby red, and you may be getting more antioxidants with that one. And combined together in a salad, they just offer a little bit more variety in color. When you think of a cabbage slaw or salad, probably a mayo-based dressing comes to mind, but we're taking a little different twist with this one today. I'm going to make this one with a vinaigrette dressing instead. And the vinegar I'm using is called une vinegar. It's Japanese, and it's got this beautiful ruby red color to it, which actually comes from fermented plums. Like other vinegars, it has a tangy flavor to it, but this one has a slight herbal flavor as well. So finally, I need an olive oil to use for this vinaigrette, and you can use your favorite olive oil. I tend to prefer the extra virgin olive oils just because they're more flavorful. You've got a lot of variety to choose from here. One that I always have in my pantry is the extra virgin olive oil from Campania. The reason I like this one is because it's very versatile. It's sort of middle of the road. It's not too intense and it's not too mild. It provides flavor, but yet it's a little bit mellow, very, very buttery, and it'll be just right for this vinaigrette. Okay, so let's make this vinaigrette, but before we do, I have a couple tips I want to show you. First of all, to get the most juice out of any citrus fruit, including the slime that we're going to use today, what you want to do is really break up the membranes a little bit inside so it releases more of the juices. And one of the ways you can do that is just put it on your cutting board like that, and then sort of very firmly with the palm of your hand, roll it on the board. And you'll feel that it softens up a little bit as you do that. And then when you cut it in half and juice it, you'll get a lot more out of that. Okay, now the cabbage. This recipe calls for a half of both the red cabbage and the regular cabbage. So this is actually cut into quarters. You see the grain of the cabbage right here going through there. What you want to do is, well, I like to take a large chef's knife and then just slice very thin slices along the grain like this. All right, moving that to the side, let's bring in our large bowl for the vinaigrette. And we're starting out with 6 cloves of garlic that are minced very finely. So let's put that in there. And then we have the juice of 2 limes. So add that, the acid to that, and along with that, a little of this beautiful ruby red plum vinegar. And let's put it in there. It's going to add nice color to this. It's about 1.5 tablespoons, but a little bit more won't hurt either. Finally, we have the olive oil, and we're going to just slowly, in a steady stream, drizzle this in to the acid and stir that up a little bit until that combines and emulsifies a little bit. And you can see that happening really easily there. And finally, of course, we want to season that so it has some great flavor. So we're going to add to this some salt, and this can be to taste. You can add a little bit more, a little bit less, just depending on how you like it. And some pepper. There we go. And again, give that another little stir. And then finally, we're going to put in the cabbage. So let's add the cabbage, maybe one at a time here. And then we're going to slowly mix it to combine both colors, which will add a lot of beautiful color to this. Let's not forget the cilantro. Wonderful flavor there. Okay, I think we have everything in here. I find that a large pair of tongs works really well when you're trying to toss a salad like this. Also, the bigger the bowl, the easier it is to toss too. So get a very large bowl to do this, and you'll find it'll make it just a lot easier for you. Now, once we have that all tossed and all the cabbage is evenly coated with the vinaigrette at the bottom, then I would say why don't you chill it for about 20 to 30 minutes. That's just to make it a little bit a little cooler. Really, you could serve it like this right away, but it's better chilled a little bit. So let's toss that together, and we're ready to chill. And there you have it, a new twist on a slaw.